Hello everybody once again, this is AikawaKazu. Welcome back to another video here. Today we'll take a look at Lineage 2 Revolution, and this will be my quick first impressions on the game so far. I'm about 2 hours-ish into the game. So Lineage 2 Revolution is, I would say, a game that's very similar to, I would say, Heroes of Incredible Tales, or HIT. And yep, you'll know what I mean very soon. But the first thing that you will see is that, for me personally, I've seen a bunch of promotional material or advertising or marketing material of Lineage 2 Revolution, and the wallpaper graphics are amazing, but the in-game graphics is slightly not so good. Yep, not as good. I mean, obviously because it's a mobile game, but it's still pretty nice. I believe they definitely have HD models of the characters, I guess. But the next thing you'll realize that is this game is quite similar to Black Desert Online in terms of some of the art style, the UI and everything. And yeah, so let's get into the game first. And I'll share with you guys some of the things that I feel are interesting about Lineage 2 Revolution, and yeah, basically your quick first impressions. Alright, so the first thing that you will notice is that this game, unlike Seven Nights, which is basically a point and click or touch and click game, that you can see this movement thing around, right? And obviously you can't use a mouse to control, your movement. So what you can do is that, a lot of people always ask me this question: Kazoo, how do you play, Seven Nights, War of Crown, on the PC? And in the case of Lineage 2 Revolution, definitely someone ask, how is this guy actually playing on the PC? You can hear my keyboard, right? And I'm moving around very smoothly, as though I'm actually, touching my phone or the screen. So what you can do with Nox Player, which is the Android emulator that I use and that I'm in partner with as well, or you can actually get Nox Player, links provided in the description below. Alright, and you can press Control 1, which is the hotkey, to get into the keyboard control menu. Alright, and they have two options actually. They have one where you can actually drag an icon to a certain spot on screen, or in the case of this game where they have the controller wheel right here. Alright, you can actually straight away, I'll show on screen, you can actually drag a directional controller straight into the spot over there, which allows me to just straight away do my WASD. You can also change the opacity of the controller, so you can put it in a way that you can't see it. Right now you don't actually see what I'm doing on screen, is because I'm using game capture on the OBS, and the game capture don't actually capture the changes or the option menus that I'm talking about. But I'll put an image on screen, which you will see earlier just now what I was talking about. So yeah, you have the movement keys here, and then you have skills. Yeah. So far I've unlocked 3 skills. I'm only level 12, and yeah. Okay, let's dive into what I feel is interesting about the game. So first thing that we always check is what we call the login rewards, right? So for Lineage 2 Revolution, you have the 1 hour login reward, 1 hour playtime, basically 5, 15, 40, and 16 minutes. So you get a bunch of I think they call it soul shots, right? Let me just get the name right first. But basically this item, you can use it, and it's a consumable. Yeah, it's called soul shot. Increases your damage for a brief period of time, and so far I did not need to see myself using it. So I think it's more like maybe in later content where you're dealing with harder content, like maybe raids, dungeons, maybe you want to actually use it. And I can use one right now just to show you. Oh, it's actually automatic. So I believe it's actually per skill use, maybe. I'm not sure. I think I'll try it out later. But basically we have the game time played login reward, and we have the daily login reward, and it seems pretty good. You have 7, 14, 21, 28 S grade equipment box, and I believe R grade is actually better than S, since I would say R is better than S, seeing that you get it later on, and there's a bunch of rewards they can get. So this is pretty standard for a mobile game, so not really anything special to point out, but you still need to point out. Second thing is, I think this is an event that's going on right now. This is not the thing that I'm going to talk about. We have challenges. This is the one I want to talk about. So under achievements, we have what we call the adventurer grade, and there's up to 50 grades here. And the way you increase your grade is by completing achievements, obviously. since it's under achievement, right? And you can see at grade 50 you get 13,000 increased attack, you know, and magic attack, HP 20,000, you know, all this good stuff, and you get, you know, 530 soul shots every day. So all you need to do, I think this part is important to point out since this is what we call the least, or you can't really say this part is pay to win. Usually mobile games are like, you know, if they're gonna give you like this is something like, you know, VIP, you know, like you play certain games, you spend more money, you unlock VIP 1 to 15. So this is like VIP 1 to 50, but obviously this one is just based on your achievement, and you can get EXP by completing achievement. This one 14,000 monsters, strengthening, you know, just reaching, leveling, get a rare skill, that kind of stuff, you know, equipments, social, add friends, you know, I don't have a lot of friends, I only have 4 random friends right now, get more friendship points, and then under resources, get more gold, you get more EXP. It's not exactly easy to level, but it's not exactly hard, you just need to play the game, and the game rewards you for playing the game, so that's pretty cool. I think it's interesting to point out. The next thing that I'll point out here is what we call the quest guide. You know, in 7 Nights we have quest guide as well, so basically I would say a bunch of milestones that the game encourages you to complete that will help you progress into the game, and you know, they give you nice rewards for it. So the third thing that I want to point out here is how in-depth the, you know, the option menu is. You have separate audio sliders, voice, volume, sound effect, music, and then you have the master volume. You can even prevent auto sleep. You can off notifications if you want, and you know, look at that, under battle you have the auto HP potion settings and auto loot settings as well. Avoid battle against 8 or stronger monsters, because I'll point it out later. Toggle rescues during auto battle. So there's a bunch of stuff that's already available in the game, and you even have an auto battle radius. Look, 30 meters or no limit. And yeah, we have a account code, I guess, and yep. Even for frame rate, you can choose. Maybe your phone is not so good, you know, an old phone, and you want to make sure that you're able to play it smoothly. You can lower the frame rate, graphics quality, resolution quality, you know, sound channel quality. Apparently when I try to set best, it says that I don't have enough memory. I think I can actually allocate more memory for my Nox player, but it's fine. And you can even reduce or increase the number of people you want to see on screen. And this game, you can actually meet people while you're hunting. So let's see if we can actually do that. Alright, let's get to the game itself. So for questing, it's all auto questing. So, you know, the game will help you move around. Right now we just need to escort the professor. Yeah. And I'll also be showing I'll talk about a few more things, which is daily dungeon and arena. That will be the next 2 things that I'll be talking about. But you know, I always talk about this to my viewers on stream, that sometimes when you play mobile games, the auto function of games becomes a point where it feels like the game is playing you and you're not actually playing the game, you see. Well, in this case, I believe there are certain things in the game that is auto. So questing, I think auto is fine, since, you know, you just want to know about the lore in that sense. You want to know what's going on, and you know, most mobile game enthusiasts don't have time to, you know, most of us just skip the quest. We don't even bother to read the dialogue. I don't read the dialogue personally. I'm sure many of you don't read the dialogue. I don't. But I believe, you know, when I play a lot of games out there, MMOs or mobile games alike, there are always 1 or 2 people that really like to, they appreciate the effort that, you know, the writers, the people that actually write, or the way they tell the story. But you can see that, you know, questing is relatively simple here. We just unlock enhancement right now, so you can see how alright, so you can only do castle siege and fortress siege if you have a clan.
Clans can't be all citizens of Aiden can bet on, and that's not all. When you're in a clan, you can
so a bunch of, you know, like 7 Nights when you're in a guild, you get a bunch of guild
this is how you join clan. Anyone can choose a clan. If you like the look of one, I'm excited to see what clan. Or maybe you'll strike out on your own.
So obviously the best clan is always full. And I'm not gonna try and join any yet, because they're probably very try hard, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually dive into the game. Yeah? Okay. So that's pretty much the questing. It's very simple. You just click, move, talk. So one of the parts where it's not auto, I believe, is what we call under dungeons. I can't actually show the daily dungeon right now because I actually tried it just now. But in daily dungeon, correct me if I'm wrong, you actually have to manual. Yeah. And I can't really show you, but basically you go in, you fight a boss, and you get a bunch of rewards. You can see that for Saturday, you get accessory upgrade. For Monday, it's weapon enhanced scroll. Tuesday, weapon upgrade stone, enhanced armor scroll, armor upgrade. So basically, you know, in games like Seven Knights, you know, MSL, you'll always do a lot of leveling of like fodders to get, you know, the game credits. So in games like these, like HIT, I believe, you need to level up the gear, and the gear are like your fodders. You have to level up fodder gear, and there's one part about the game where you have to do forging, where combination or combine, where you can combine two level 30 gears, like two C grade gears, and you can combine them to get a B grade. So that might be what you need to do to slowly get to S and R, so on and so forth. And probably at the end game, you'll probably be grinding a lot of S's. That didn't sound right, but you're grinding a lot of S rank gear, and you know, maybe A rank. I'm not really sure. Not actually in depth right now. Let's take a look at Arena. So Arena, I'm going to use 10 of my red diamond to start here. But my combat power is actually quite... Okay, this guy's level 18, but his combat power is 4.8. Am I getting throat here? Alright, let's just try. So you can actually auto battle in Arena, and you can also do manual. So I hope that it's not by default auto. Alright, so I'm moving around myself. I have a stun. So I stun him. Knock him down, and yep, should be it. So one thing I'm not very sure is whether, you know, I believe it's AI control. So I would say that Arena is more offensive dependent, and it's not that the AI wouldn't use skills, but I would say at this early point of the game, the stun and knockdowns are pretty much what can secure you the fight. And as long as your combat power is not lower than the person that you're fighting against, it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. So I can see in the higher parts of Arena that either you'll meet people who are really, really geared, but you know, in mobile games it's like that. You know, it's like in Summoner Wars where you just fight against someone that have really good runes, really good heroes, and there's nothing much you can do. But one good thing about Arena that I want to point out is the honor rank, and the higher your honor rank, the stronger you are. Look, all these bonus stats you can get, and again up to rank 50. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't think PvP is like equalized, since they actually take into account your combat points. But you can see how if you actually rank up your achievements rank, it will definitely help your PvP as well. And as mentioned just now, there's actually scrimmage arena. No idea what this is. I think it's maybe 2-on-2, 3-on-3 maybe. It looks like a bigger arena map. We have Fortress Siege, which is very interesting, you know. Which is why I don't think the graphics can go like crazy. It cannot be too good because it'll be too laggy on the phone. And you have Castle Siege as well. Who is the strongest clan? Get a fortress for your own clan. So this is very interesting. And I believe it's what drives people to gear up and improve their characters. So next thing I want to point out is the skills. Alright. You can see I've not unlocked the next two skills. And apparently if you saw just now, there's actually rare skills. Select the Forgotten Scroll Materials. No idea what that is, but basically you get skill points. Yep, used to increase skill levels, mainly acquired when your character level increases. I believe there are ways to get skill points in the future, maybe from quests, I'm not very sure. But the amount of SP you need increases, and I think passive skills are always the best for that. So that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. And you know, you have the level requirements as well. And oh yeah, one thing I want to point out is that there are 6 main classes in the game, and you can see you can actually add extras like different skill slots, like you can set up different stuff, and I believe it's just dependent on the weapon that you're using. So I believe I have a bow. Let's just try to change into a bow. Let me go to my bag. Okay, I don't have a bow actually. True, I used my bow as an upgrade or enhancement material, unfortunately. Yeah, so I believe that it's not race bound, because when I actually created my first character, it looked as though it is actually race bound, but it might not be the case. But different races have different base, or different classes have different stats. So I believe I'm a rogue, and I can use a bow or a dagger. Oh, you can actually do class transfer. Alright, so I think I'm actually fixed. I'm a planeswalker right now, and I can change into a sewer ranger, or I can be either of these right now, but I can change into something else. I'm actually very confused because I actually saw the cute little, I won't say lolly character, but I saw a mage version of her, and I saw the quote-unquote like Templar version of her, which is the sword and shield version of her, which is one thing that's quite interesting to note as well about the game, which means that it might not be your class is not based on your race. But I believe if you're an elf, you can only choose to be a rogue. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not very sure, but yeah. So I'm not too sure about the race locking, the race locking what class you can be. But I was actually a rogue or planeswalker or archer, what they call a silver ranger just now. Yep. So I'm actually a planeswalker because I like to play. I love daggers. Yeah, but I think that's about it for first impressions on Lineage 2 Revolution. Oh, you can actually zoom in and zoom out by using your mouse view. That's very interesting. And yeah, let me know in the comments for those who have actually played this game what you think about Lineage 2 Revolution itself. Share with people some of the important things that you need to take note that I have not pointed out just now. The achievements one, the login reward thing. I believe under the shop, yeah, I didn't point this out, but you can actually get a free 3 equipment boxes every day here, and you can actually get, I believe it's under, yeah, it's actually here. You get 1 high grade equipment boxes every 24 hours as well. And yeah, apparently if you buy this you get mileage, so I'm right. Mileage is what you get by spending, I don't know, blue diamonds, because red diamonds is actually what you earn from the game quite regularly or quite easily, but blue diamonds is like the premium diamonds, I guess. But yeah, my name has been AikawaKazu. If you enjoyed this video, stomp the like button. Let me know what you feel about the game, in the comments as well. God bless, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Bye bye.